This is the teeny weeny review for Bioshock 1 Remastered. Um, Bioshock is very close to being a perfect FPS. Bioshock had a amazing art style, very well designed, wonderful animations, just gorgeous in every way a game can be. Atmospheric, but not particularly memorable music, but it fit. Looked fantastic when it came out, and with the remaster, looks fantastic again. Um, it's an FPS. I'm not going to ruin the story, though everyone's probably played it already. It has a lot of RPG elements in the game. In particular, there are weapons you can upgrade. Um, there are ways you can upgrade yourself. And while you don't get XP or anything like that, there are limited slots for your upgrades and also resources that you can devote to upgrades. So you kind of have to choose. And depending on how good you are, you have more resources for upgrades and you find more of them. So it's in my mind, Bioshock is the perfect example of the evolution of an FPS and how an FPS should evolve in the direction of a little bit of sprinkling of RPG magic, a little bit of glitter, a little sparkle motion. Ponies are magic. Because FPS is like every other game genre needs to evolve, and I think that putting in that satisfaction of upgrading and improving your character and getting stronger through tactics and not just through Twitch gameplay and shooting is brilliant. The story in Bioshock is amazing, really well done, great plot twists. And what's also great about the story in Bioshock is that not only is it a really good, intriguing story, but it also is a story that deals with some heavy themes, some philosophical ideas, some concepts about different economic systems and capitalism, free market, unrestricted scientific research. The game's not completely perfect. It's almost. I did not like. There's a hacking mini game that you use for everything remotely regarding hacking, and there's different kinds of hacking, but they all use the same mini game. It's Snakes and Ladders, and it's easy enough for me, and it's mildly amusing, but it takes a while, and it pulls you out of the game, and it really kills immersion. And after playing for hours and hours, and there's so many things to hack, that you find yourself at a point where you don't even want to hack something because it just takes so much time and you're tired of all these stops. And it's kind of a boner killer. Not a huge deal, but it is a little annoying. And it is something that I mean, I wouldn't say brings the game down, but I didn't like it, and it kind of made me hack less than I would have, and that's not good game design. Also, there was one section towards the end of the game that they tried to show you something interesting, but it kind of dragged. It was kind of a point in the game where you're ready for it to end, and then they kind of dragged it out with this sequence of you doing something totally different. Now you have to do this new thing. I'm not spoiling here. I'm trying, and it was kind of interesting, but also it wasn't interesting. It was tedious. It was tedious, and it was kind of a pointless sequence, and I didn't like it. Also, the game had two endings. I guess I can mention there are little sisters, and you could decide how you want to deal with them, and how you deal with them kind of changes the ending, and also changes rewards you get throughout the game. But the endings are okay, but I wasn't amazed with the ending sequences themselves. Not quite my preferred endings, and also I think the reward for being bad is actually inferior to being good, which goes against the whole concept, because being bad was supposed to be self-interest. The game difficulty was great. I played it on Survivor, which is the hardest difficulty. If you make a good build, you can just wreck faces. But even with with my amazing skills and knowledge on the hardest difficulty, there was some challenge and some reloads. As far as the remaster goes, I know there was a lot of problems when it first came out, but I played the remaster recently, so I cannot talk about the pile of buggy shit it was when it came out. Now, all I can say is I played through the entire remaster, the entire game. I had zero problems. So it also could be related to graphics cards. Maybe there's issues with certain cards. I don't know. But I played through the entire game. I had no problems with bugs or crashes. It looked fantastic. The remaster also added little director's commentary things you could find, like little Easter egg secrets, and there was a museum that you could explore, like not in the game itself, and a little side thing you could go in. I don't really give a shit about stuff like that, but it was nice they threw it in. And I got the remaster for free because I already owned the base game on Steam, so I can't argue with that. So if you've never played it, get the remaster, not the original, and you're in for one wild ride, baby. But yeah, make sure that you play with Vita Chambers disabled, because Vita Chambers are so cheesy. It's like a respawning mechanic. Lame. Playing Survivor. Vita Chambers disabled like a man, and get ready for the experience of your life in probably one of the best, almost perfect, story-centric FPSs with some RPG mechanics. Tiny review, Bioshock Remastered.